Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I'm Scott, and for all you newcomers, welcome here. I've got a brand new Gibson Les Paul Special, and it's got a big old gash on the bottom side. It got a little scrape when he was sitting down with it, and it took off some of the paint. So we're gonna fix it up whether you like it or not.
Let's get started with some sanding. This is 120 grit sandpaper. It's the Stick It brand sandpaper from 3M, stuck to a piece of Lexan. Learned that from Ian Davlin. It gives you more control. I also have my magnification over my eyeglasses. 3 times magnification on my glasses. Readers! The thing to know about Gibson finishes is that they are nitrocellulose lacquer. And in this case, it wasn't stuck down to the wood very good. You can see as I put this lacquer retarder around the edges there, it kind of seeps in underneath. I'm hoping that'll get it to stick down to the wood. Either way, now that I've put this on, I'm going to have to come back the next day and, give it overnight to harden again. I'll clean it off with a little bit of naphtha. Make sure I get I'll give it a little wipe with some shellac. I'm going to take a little bit of the Fill and Finish Ultra Thin from Glue Boost. And some Glue Dry Accelerator. Once, twice, 3 times a charm. Now I'm going to dump a little in a cup. Just throw a little bit more down. After a little while here, I realized I needed to go to the Fill and Finish Thin, which is a little thicker viscosity than the Ultra Thin. But this is my new technique that I realized. I used to just take my hand with a glove over it and wipe it with my finger and with a paper towel in between the project and my finger, and it would always get stuck to the glove. And I realized after a while that I needed to stop using a glove and just try one of these foam brushes, which works great. It goes on so much smoother. Anyways, now and then I'm kind of sanding it to see if I can get what I like to achieve here is what I call butt-ass smooth. I want to be able to rub my hand on it and not feel any bumps. So I'll keep applying the Fill and Finish, Glue Boost, and Accelerator. I'll probably put on about 12 coats of this stuff, accelerating in between. I'm going to come back with some 320 grit. First round I was using 120 and 220. Now I'm using 320 because now I'm sanding the Fill and Finish. I'm not just sanding the lacquer and the raw wood. I'm trying to level the clear finish that I just put down. And once I sand it with 320 grit, I'm going to put in my color. And the reason for putting down that 320 grit is to give the color a little tooth to grab onto. For the clear finish there, I'm using the Zinsser Spray Shellac. And that's the cherry red color tone stain You can also buy it from Trans Tint. I leave a little bit of the straight color on the side of the cup and I mix it as needed. A little darker, a little lighter, whatever I decide to do. I can kind of do it on the fly. I learned that from Ian Hates Guitars. This is the part that kind of takes a while. I did skip a part too. There's something you can do before you start building the surface back up. You can grain fill the mahogany, the little pores that are in the wood, the little specks. You can put a dark brown pore filler into that. I don't really find it necessary. You can add that grain look at any time. I end up doing it a little after the fact, which is fine. Clean my brush with straight up denatured alcohol. I also decided that this first little batch of color was a little too light. That's when I decided to do some graining. But you can see from a distance it looks just fine. I have 30 times magnification going on sometimes with this camera. Some of the stuff I don't even realize what it looks like till I watch it on the big screen. I give it about 30 minutes for the shellac to dry before I start wiping again. That was just some naphtha to clean it off. Kind of see what it's going to look like. I'll wipe on a little bit of the wipe on poly and let it set for a couple hours. That's just a barrier coat, you know, so I don't smudge the shellac when I wipe it again with the fill and finish. 2 hours later, I hit it with the gray Scotch-Brite pad to scuff it up. Get it ready for some more graining lines and color. This is a Pigma Micron pen from Michael's Crafts. It's Sakura color, which is a dark brown. It's also the tree that the Japanese people gave to Washington. There's all those cherry trees in Washington, D.C. It's a Sakura tree. Do some little dots, make it look like wood again. Now this time I took a little bit of golden brown on one side of the cup and cherry red on the other side of the cup, and I blended the two of them as needed to get a really good match to the surrounding original and existing finish. I gotta say, that's just what this job needed. Golden brown. Golden brown on the second round. Not too shabby. All right, I'll wait another hour or two. And now I've decided I'm going to go for it. I'm going to start wiping on clear finish over the top that I can level sand and polish later. Here I am with the foam brush and the paper towel wrapped around it. For this, I do not use Viva paper towels. I just use Brawny. Brawny doesn't leave a lot of lint behind. Shh, shh. Glue burst. After a while here, I use my exhaust fan, and I just transfer the accelerator onto the paper towel and then wipe the project with the paper towel. Another trick I learned from Ian. Wipey wipey. It goes on so smooth with this foam brush that there's hardly any leveling to do when I'm done. And I'll be done the same day. It's just a 2 or 3 day project. If I would decide to do some lacquer top coats over top of all this fill and finish, it would turn it into weeks. But I don't think we're going to go there with this job. This is looking just good, and it's on a curved surface, which really helps. Helps it blend in. It's not in an area that, if it was right in the middle of the guitar, top of the guitar, I'd probably have to use lacquer. But in this case, fill and finish for the win. These are the toll cut sheets. They have an adhesive on the back side of them, and the block, the rubber block that they send you to use with them is a really hard rubber, like a hockey puck, maybe even harder than a hockey puck. I'll roll through 800 grit and all the way through 3000 grit. There's about 5-6 grits total, 800 through 3K, and then I hit it with the Meguiar's 105 Ultra Cut compound and the Meguiar's Ultimate compound using Viva paper towels. Hell yeah! I don't think I would complain too much if I was a customer. Well, I don't know. I complain about everything. You guys don't know me in real life. I'm really annoying. But this one came out good. You can barely tell. Anyways, a good old cherry red and a little bit of a golden brown. What do you know? And I don't see any witness lines. Usually with that fill and finish, you can really see when you get the right reflection going. You can see. Yeah, you can see. There's some witness lines, but this wood grain stuff really helps camouflage that line. You know, a black finish would be so much more obvious. That area there. And he really wants to get this back quick, so I think he'll be happy with this, that he can get it back within a week. He's gonna dig it. 'Cause that's in a spot you don't normally look at. No. Okay, one more look at it. And he's got this guitar set up pretty cool. I like the way he's got it set up. It's got a little more relief in the middle of the neck than I usually would put in there. He's got 10,000ths of an inch, and he's got the action real low at like 2.5 64ths on the treble strings, which is a little lower than I would have it, but that's like 1 millimeter. Man. Also, I want to thank you all for 1 million views. Never thought I'd get 1 million views, but I have. Over all these years, all the videos combined. Not one video, but all the videos. Anyways, thanks again. I appreciate you watching, and hope to see you next week, and we'll catch you later.